Hello, music lovers. Welcome back to Ms. Music. Come along with me as we navigate these rhythmic roads of music. Come on, I'm waiting outside. Well, hello again, music lovers. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Ms. Music. So as I was sitting here thinking about what I wanted to do next on this channel, I couldn't settle on any one artist. So what I decided to do was just to gather about the last 5 or 6 artists. Well, actually, it was 10. I decided to gather about the last 10 artists or musicians or albums, whatever, I have been listening to as of late. And none of them were really just jarring out at me. So what I decided to do was to put them in a hat, toss them all around, and draw. Whoever I drew is who I knew I was going to make this video about. And because of who it is, I have decided, or not necessarily because of who it is, but it is because of the way I came to this conclusion. I think I'm going to call Tuesdays Toss Up Tuesday. And this Toss Up Tuesday's artist is Miss Amy Winehouse. Wow, she's definitely gone too soon, but not forgotten. Music lovers, sit back and let me see if I can tell you a tale. Amy Jade Winehouse was born on September 14th, 1983 in London, England, to parents Janice and Mitchell Winehouse. She had an older brother, Alex Winehouse. I think he's 3.5, 4 years older than her. I think he was born in 1979. Now, growing up, there was nothing abnormal about her childhood. She seemed to have a pretty happy-go-lucky childhood. She was very close to her paternal grandmother, her father Mitchell's mother, Cynthia. When Cynthia passed away, that they say, the folks in the know say that is partly what caused her to spiral down, way down deep into her problems. She ended up with substance abuse issues. I'll get into that in a minute. But she sold 30 million records and won 6 Grammys. And all of that was in a relatively short period of time. I think her career lasted from like 2002 to 2011, so not quite even 12 years. Okay, so she decided that she liked music, and I guess her brother had a guitar, and he would teach her a few things, but she eventually saved enough money and bought her own guitar. Then she started writing her own music and songs. She started getting gigs locally, all this stuff, you know. She formed a band in school, but when it fell apart, she just kept on doing her thing. Now, she released 2 albums, original albums. The first one is called Frank, and I believe it was released in 2003 to commercial and critical acclaim. She wrote all but 2 songs for that album, and those 2 songs were covers of other people's songs. So she got a lot of fame from that. But then her album Back to Black, I believe that was released in 2000, I don't know, toward the end of the 2000s. That one was released, and that album sent her spiraling straight up through the stratosphere. It just worked wonders. Now, for myself, I think her album, Frank, I know that's my favorite one. Why? I don't know. It just seemed to be more soulful sounding, more R&B sounding, more modern, whatever. But I believe there's not one song on that album that I do not enjoy listening to. It's one of the few you can put on and just let it go. Now, her album, Back to Black, it did the same thing in terms of critical acclaim and commercially. She was able to tour more to get the album pushed. Now, this album, Back to Black, had the song Rehab on there. It's the first cut on that particular album. This album, I must be honest here, this album had to grow on me. And I still have to make a deliberate choice to listen to it. Only because I like Frank better, but this, like I said, this one had to grow on me. The first cut was Rehab, and I know I wasn't the only one that cracked up laughing the first time I heard that first line of that song. They tried to make me go to rehab, but I said, no. That was funny. But if you skip down to the last song on that album, which is number 11, the name of that song is Addicted. I promise you, if you listen to that song and then go back and listen to Rehab, it will pretty much summarize the whole album, just in those two songs. Apparently, Amy could be quite funny. I could tell in a lot of her lyrics. I still don't know what, like on the album Frank, Stronger Than Me. When she says, you're supposed to be stronger than me, but instead you're longer than frozen turkey. I don't know if that's slang for something over in Europe. I don't know. I never heard that. And I never did see any interviews where she said what it was. Then what is a lady boy? She says, you, something about it, you my lady boy. Look, be a lady and you my lady boy. I don't know what that means. But it's just cut and dry to the point. When you listen to that song, Addicted, and then you go back and listen to Rehab, yes, you will crack up, because in the song Addicted, I think it's at the top of the second verse, the first thing she said was, once is enough to make me attack. And then she said, so bring me a bag and your man can't come back. This is the very first time I have ever heard someone use their love of a particular habit, like in her case, weed. This is the first time I've heard anything like that since Rick James wrote his song and released a song called Mary Jane. We know that was all about weed. And so on this one, Amy did pull with the punches. She told that whoever the friend was, I'll check him at the door to make sure he's got green. I'm tired of those airport security things, and I'd rather him leave you than to leave him. Basically, my weed. I just think it was just so funny, and unfortunately, I wish she had gone to rehab, because when I get through smiling and laughing and just remembering lyrics, the quite sobering thing is she did have substance abuse issues for a long time. Now, I knew about that, but I did not understand or know that she could be quite volatile. She married her husband, Blake Fielder Silver, in 2007. They were divorced by 2009, but they still would, get together from time to time, off and on. Both of them admitted to cheating in the marriage and subsequent relationship partners. But yes, she was known to throw punches at women and men, especially her husband. And I didn't know that then. I also didn't know that supposedly, allegedly, she was having some mental illness issues going on right there towards the end of her life. Now, she did come off of the so-called hard drugs, whatever they were, crack, whatever. But then her alcohol use, it ramped it up, and it pretty much was about as much as she was when she was doing the drugs. Alcohol just took its place. And people, we just have to understand that alcohol is a drug. It's a drug. And I think the main reason it's not really frowned upon is because initially, alcohol was socially acceptable. I have heard people say, I drink on occasion, but the occasion happens every day. I get a job promotion, I'll drink to that. I lost my job, I'll drink to that. My baby was born, I'll drink to that. I'm bored as hell, I'll drink to that. Might as well drink to that. And that, I think, I was just using those as examples for why people, although they think they drink on occasion, they really drink way more than they realize. But she was able to successfully stop doing the illicit drugs, but like I say, her alcohol intake increased. And supposedly the night before she died, she was talking to her therapist, and one of the last things she said was, I don't want to die. And because I think she had started attending like AA meetings and things, but unfortunately, the next day she was found in her room. Her security came in to check up on her, and the first time he thought, well, this isn't unusual. Amy is known to sleep until like on up in the day, 1 o'clock, but when he went back at 12 o'clock, he noticed that she was in the same position that she was when he had come in there, say like 7 or 8 that morning. And so her face was down in the pillow. So he had to make the phone call, and she was declared dead on July 23rd, 2011. She is definitely gone entirely too soon. Amy Winehouse, you really still have a pretty loyal audience here. And I hope you are resting in peace. And now for the rest of us, I want to thank the subscribers that I do have. And I want to invite you visitors, if you happen upon the channel, feel free to join us, and we can grow and go together. We can talk about all different types of music. Everyone, please don't forget to like, share, comment respectfully, and make sure your notification bells are not only on for both channels, but make sure your bells are set to all on both channels, so you'll know every time I upload a video. And in the meantime, music lovers, remember this: as long as there is music to be listened to, there's always something to enjoy. Music lovers out there, be safe, and until we listen again, God bless, and bye for now.